Good morning, my dear students of Standard 7th. I hope that you all are safe at home and taking proper precautions. Welcome back to this online class learning. Myself, Johnsy teacher, is going to teach you one interesting topic of English grammar. We are going to study about nouns and its different types of nouns. In the previous topic of grammar, we had learned about the different parts of speech. Those were nouns, verbs, then adjectives, pronouns, adverbs, preposition, conjunction and interjection. In the previous topic of grammar, we had learned these 8 parts of speech in detail with examples. So today we are going to learn about the meaning of a noun and the different types of noun. So let us begin with the topic. Meaning of a noun. A noun is a name of a person, animal, thing, feeling or idea. Nouns are called as naming words. For example, there are red roses in that flower pot. So here red roses and flower pot is a noun. Second example, I am going to Kolkata next week. In this example, Kolkata is a noun. Hence, noun is a name of a person, animal, thing, feeling or idea. Nouns are called as naming words. Now, we are going to study about the different types of nouns. First, we will see the types of nouns. First one is proper noun, then common noun, countable noun, uncountable noun, collective noun, concrete noun and abstract nouns. So these are the 8 types of nouns that we are going to study in this video in detail one by one. So let us begin with the different types of nouns. The first one is proper nouns. Proper nouns are those nouns that tells the name of a particular person, place, animal or thing. Proper nouns begin with capital letters. For example, I live in Mumbai. Mumbai is a name of a city. Hence, Mumbai is a proper noun. Second example, Delhi is the national city of India. In this example, Delhi is the name of a city, hence it is a proper noun. And India is a name of a country, hence it is a proper noun. Third example, Bruno is my pet dog. In this example, we can see that Bruno is a name of a dog, hence it is a proper noun. And the fourth example, Taj Mahal is located in Agra. Taj Mahal is a name of a monument, famous monument, and Agra is the name of a place. Hence, Taj Mahal and Agra are both proper nouns. Hence, proper nouns are those nouns that tells the name of a particular person, place, animal or thing. Now let us see the second type of noun, that is common nouns. Common nouns are those nouns that tell us the general name of a person, animal, place or thing. It is defined in general terms. It is commonly used for person, place or thing. For example, my friend likes to play football. In this example, we can see that friend is a common noun as it is generally defined. Second example, there are many beautiful parks in my village. In this example, we can see that parks and village both are common nouns as both are generally defined. The third example, my uncle lives in London. In this example, we can see that uncle is a common noun as it is generally defined. Common nouns do not tell the name of a particular person, place, animal, thing. It is generally defined. Hence, common nouns are those nouns that are being generally defined. Now let us see the difference between proper noun and common noun. So under proper nouns, there are so many words being given over here, and under common nouns also that it is generally defined words given over here of proper nouns. The first over there we can see that Kanak. Kanak is a name of a girl, hence girl is a common noun, Kanak is a proper noun. Next one, Swift car is a name of a car, hence Swift car is a proper noun and car is been given under common noun. Next one, XLDO. XLDO is a name of a DO, hence XLDO is a proper noun, whereas DO is a common noun. Next one, Usha fan. Usha fan is a name of a fan, hence Usha fan is a proper noun, and fan is been generally defined, hence it is a common noun. Next, Surya bulb. Surya bulb is the name of a bulb, hence it is a proper noun, whereas bulb is a common noun. Next, Ramayan. Ramayan is the name of a book, hence Ramayan is a proper noun, whereas book is a is a common noun. Next one, Mickey Hut. Mickey Hut is the name of a hut, hence Mickey Hut is a proper noun, whereas hut is a common noun. So this is the difference between proper noun and common noun. Now that we have seen the difference between proper noun and common noun, let us see the third type of noun, that is countable nouns. Countable, the word itself says that the nouns which can be counted. Hence, countable nouns are those nouns that can be counted. It can be either singular or plural. For example, there were 3 lions in that den. So, over here, 3 is a countable noun, as we can count the lions by 1, 2, 3. So, 3 lions, the lions can be counted. Next, second example, Rani hanged 4 pictures on the wall. So here we can see that 4 is a countable noun, as 4 can be counted. Next, third one, there is a book kept in that table. So a book is a countable noun, as a book refers to a singular noun, that is a book means one book. And the fourth example is there are 60 students in a class. So here 60 is a countable noun, as we can count the students, and 60 is a word that can be counted. So hence countable nouns are those nouns that can be counted. Now let us see the fourth type of noun, that is uncountable noun. Now here uncountable nouns means the nouns that cannot be counted. So let us see. Uncountable nouns are those nouns that cannot be counted. It is always singular. So remember students that countable nouns are those nouns that can be counted. It is either singular or plural. But uncountable nouns are always singular. For example, apply some oil in your hair. Here some oil is being given as uncountable noun. As oil, we cannot count oil. We can only measure it by liter or liters, but we cannot count oil. 1 oil, 2 oil, we cannot count like that. So hence oil is an uncountable noun. Second example, fill the bottle with water. So water is an uncountable noun, as we cannot count the water. Then third example, there is little information about the weather given in that news site. So here little information is an uncountable noun, as information we cannot count information. And the fourth example is give me a glass of milk. So here milk is an uncountable noun, as milk cannot be counted. So uncountable nouns are those nouns that cannot be counted. Now let us see the fifth type of noun, that is collective nouns. Collective nouns are names given to a group of people, animal or thing of the same kind. Examples are crowd, class, team, etc. In that picture we can see some uncountable nouns which are given to a group. So first over there it is given a choir of singers, then a flock of tourists, a troop of dancers, a class of students, an army of soldiers. Students, notice here in this picture that can you see any of that of the given picture in single? We cannot see any singular person over there. Everyone is in groups. So hence collective nouns are those nouns which are given to group. Like for example, there are group of students, group of boys, like that. So for example, we will see the choir sang a patriotic song. So in this example, we can see that choir. Choir is a collective noun. Choir is not given to a singular person. Hence, choir is given to a group of people. So choir is a collective noun. Second example, I lost a bunch of keys yesterday. So a bunch is a collective noun, Bunch of keys means lot of keys will be there in that bunch. Then the third example, my students gifted me a bouquet of roses on Teachers' Day. So bouquet is a collective noun, as bouquet of roses means not a singular rose but many roses. So collective nouns are those nouns which is a group, which is a name given to a group of people, and collective nouns are never singular. It is plural always. So now let us see the sixth type of noun, that is concrete nouns. Concrete nouns are those nouns that can be experienced through our five senses. So already students, you all have learnt in science that we have five senses. So that are, which are the five senses? Eyes, then ears, nose, eyes, ears, nose, mouth and skin. That means we can see through our eyes, we can touch through our touch through our fingers, we can hear through our ears, we can smell through our nose, and we can feel through our skin. So sometimes a concrete noun is a countable noun. For example, the forks and spoons are arranged on the table. So forks and spoons, we can see forks and spoons. We can feel also forks and spoons. So forks and spoons both are concrete nouns. Table also can be table is also a concrete noun. Next example, the dolphins danced to the tune of the waves. So we can see here, no, dolphins are concrete nouns. We can see dolphins. We can feel also. Waves, we can see the waves and we can hear the sound of waves also. So hence waves is also concrete noun. Third example, those yellow flowers are kept on that red vase. So here we can see that yellow flowers. Yellow flowers, we can see the flowers, and if the flower has smell, we can smell also. And red vase we can see that and we can touch also. So hence in this example we can see that yellow flowers and red vase are concrete nouns. And the fourth example is, a large roaring black panther appeared from behind the rock. Here in this fourth example we can see that panther and rock both are concrete nouns. Panther and rock, we can see it, we can touch it, and we can feel it also. So hence concrete nouns are those nouns which we can see, touch, hear, smell and feel. Next, that is the last type of noun, that is abstract nouns. Abstract nouns are those nouns that expresses quality, state, feeling, emotion or idea. Abstract nouns are nouns that cannot be seen or touched. It can just be felt or realized. So we can see that from this concrete nouns and abstract nouns we come to know that concrete nouns and abstract nouns both are opposites. In concrete nouns we can touch, we can feel, we can see, we can hear and we can smell also. But in abstract nouns we cannot see or touch, but we can only feel or realize. Let us see the examples, then you will be more clear with abstract nouns. For example, he got angry when his expensive watch broke. So here angry is a feeling. It can be felt or it can be realized also by seeing the person. So hence angry is an abstract noun. Second example, in this corona pandemic, everyone should be safe at home. Here safe is an abstract noun, as we cannot see safe, we cannot touch it. We can feel the safeness by being at home. Hence safe is an abstract noun. The next example, we should be always kind with everyone. So here kind is an abstract noun, as we cannot hear it, we cannot touch it, we cannot see it, but we can feel it by showing to other people. So hence kind is an abstract noun. And the fourth example is, his knowledge about the earth is very good. So your knowledge is an abstract noun, as we can feel it or we can realize it, But can we see knowledge? Can we hear knowledge? No. So hence abstract nouns are those nouns which we cannot see it, which we cannot touch it, which we cannot feel it, which we cannot hear it. But abstract nouns are those nouns which can be felt. We can feel it or realize it. So these are the 7 types of nouns. So now students, let us revise what we have learned today. So first we started with the meaning of noun. Then we learnt about the different types of nouns. Those nouns were, first one, proper noun. Proper noun is a name of a particular person, place, animal or thing. Then second noun we studied was common noun. Common noun is the name of a person, place, animal or thing in general. It is generally defined. Third type we studied about countable noun. Nouns that can be counted is called as countable noun. The word countable itself says that it can be counted. Fourth one, uncountable noun. The word uncountable itself says that which nouns which we cannot count. Then fifth one we studied about collective nouns. Collective nouns are the names given to a group of people, animal or thing. Collective nouns are always used in plural. It is a group of people collectively used. Then sixth type of noun we studied was concrete noun. Nouns that can be seen, touched, then heard, smelt or felt. And the seventh type of noun we studied was abstract noun. Nouns that cannot be seen or touched but which can be felt or realized is called as abstract noun. The difference between abstract noun and concrete noun is that both are opposite. In concrete noun we can see it, we can touch it, we can hear it, we can smell it. But in abstract noun we cannot see it, we cannot touch it, we can only feel it or realize it. So these are the 7 different types of nouns that we have studied in this video. So I hope students that you have understood the meaning of noun as well as the 7 different types of nouns. So students, thank you for watching the video. Thank you students. Take care, stay safe and stay healthy.